Hi Soul Tribe, welcome to this collective love situation reading and welcome to my sacred space. First you're going to pick one of the decks that I've laid out for you to choose from. Then I'm going to draw a message from Jalissa's Music Oracle to set the theme for the overall reading. Then I'll proceed to draw messages forth from the tarot, and following this, to get some more insight and clarity about these messages, I'm going to draw some cards from the Mystic Black Rose Oracle. Then I'm going to draw some charms. So I'm going to begin by opening in prayer. Dear God, Jesus Christ, archangels, spirit guides and ancestors, we ask now that you please step forth and deliver messages in relation to this collective love situation reading. And may you also please surround us with your divine love, healing energy and protection. We'd also like to ask that we receive these messages with clarity and accuracy and as intended. We'd also like to give thanks for the Holy Spirit that makes all things possible and that we'll be working with today for this reading. In Jesus' name, Ashe. Okay. From the tarot decks, we have the Tattoo Tarot. We also have the Mystic Soul Tarot. And then we have the Harmony Tarot. So just ground your energy, take a deep breath and center yourself. Maybe even close your eyes for a second. And then pick which deck it is that you feel drawn to. And then we will begin your reading. Alright, you have picked the Tattoo Tarot. So let's begin by starting with the theme card. There's our card. It is Bedrock by Young Money. She got that good, she Michael Jackson bad. I'm attracted to her for her attractive ass. And now we murderers because we kill time. I knock her lights out and she still shine. I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her leave. But I keep running back and forth like a soccer team. Cold as winter day, hot as summer's eve. Young money thieves, steal your love and leave. I like the way you walk, and if you walk in my way, I'm that Red Bull. Now let's fly away. Let's buy a place with all kind of space. I'll let you be the judge, and I'm the case. So this gives me on again, off again vibes. And it's like the thrill is walking away from each other, and then the game is getting back together. So that's interesting. But this person is like in considering a future with you, or you're considering a future with them, because the card even talks about buying a place with all kinds of space. So this person may want to move in with you. But definitely there's lots of on again, off again vibes. You got the Five of Wands. You got the Two of Wands. Lots of Wands energy. Lots of fire energy, that means. There's a lot of passion in this love situation. That's why you'll be playing this game. You got the Magician. And the Lovers sideways. That's interesting. So what I'm getting with the Five of Wands is you guys like this conflict because of the getting back together passion side of things. And you both have big dreams when it comes to this love situation. It's like you guys can have a fight and break up, but you both are reassured in the fact that it's all right, we'll get back together. You may be in competition with each other though. I don't know how that works, but there's some sort of competitive vibe here. It might be the hustle, it might be the grind, it like to do with your careers. It could be this competition in winning each other back, playing hard to get, that kind of thing. You've got the Five of Cups in reverse. Now, this card is about recovery. So when you guys get into these situations, it takes its toll on both of you is what I'm getting. And Spirit is encouraging you to let go of this game, let go of this chase. Because you guys can be very happy and content with one another without the disharmony of breaking up and getting back together again. The Two of Wands. This is about making choices. Making the choice to do right by one another and what's right by this connection. Coming up with these shared goals together, dreaming about your future is something that you could shift the focus towards, and taking action on this connection rather than playing these games is what Spirit's calling on you to do if this connection is something that you want. If you guys are serious about each other, then stop playing games. The Nine of Cups in reverse. I'm getting that the reason why there's this game going on is one or both of you might be being a bit arrogant, a bit egotistical. And what you're doing to one another with this cat and mouse game is making one another feel unfulfilled. And even though it's a sexy, fun thing that you're doing, or that's how you're looking at it, it's actually making you both feel quite disappointed. There's one thing, if somebody wants to be with you, they will be with you. They will let you know about it. But if they're playing games with you, on again, off again, it's even good to be self-aware of this. You're giving the signal that you're not interested. And people like this game sometimes because that makes the other person want you more if you're not interested. What do they say in that maybe he's not that into you? Is act, if you want someone to want you, then act like you don't want them. It's a terrible mind game. It is how the game is played, unfortunately. But when you meet your person, these games aren't going to be a problem. They won't be a thing. If someone's playing games with you, it could indicate that they're not your person. You have the power to manifest. You've got the Magician here. You can put a stop to these childish games. Stop participating. If you really want this person, then don't pay any attention to these games that they're playing with you, because, and also don't play games with them if they're someone that you want. It might be thrilling, it might be exciting, but people get hurt with these things. And the magician tells me that you have hidden power, you have inner talents, like hidden resources within yourself. You know, you're a catch. You are like, you show up in this connection as loving, you show up in this connection as being available, and you need to follow your intuition here if this situation is really right for you. You know, ask yourself how, like, start coming up with what it is you want out of a relationship, and ask yourself, is this what you're getting? Are you showing up as your expectations in the connection also? It's okay to expect so much from someone, but then we've got to ask ourselves, are we showing up in alignment with those expectations that we're expecting of that person? And if this isn't the right connection for you, it could be. Like, you guys might work this out and be crazy about one another and, you know, live happily ever after and die holding hands in the aged care facility or something. You know, that could be a thing. But with these games and making yourself too available, it's putting you in a position where you're being taken advantage of a little bit. It's like not totally respectful to be treating you or treating your person like this. Yeah, if you want your person to know you're interested, act interested. If you don't want to be with your person, then don't be with them. It's pretty easy, but that's not how the game works, unfortunately. The High Priestess. This gives me vibes that you are tapping into your feminine powers, whether you be male or female. Whether you be male or female. You know, we all possess male and female traits and characteristics. And this tells me that now is the time for you to start tapping into your feminine attributes. If you're a male, that means by showing up in this connection as more nurturing, as more loving, as more tender. If you're a female, you might also be being asked to step into your divine feminine nature and embrace who you are. Embody what it is to be you, to be a divine feminine, to be a woman, and love yourself enough not to allow people to play these games with you, and love yourself enough not to be the type of person that settles for less and engages in these type of games. You will be respected for embodying this divine feminine powers that you have within. You will be in alignment with your intuition, knowing if this is right for you or not. You won't have to question it. You will just instantly know, this is my person, or no, my person would never treat me like that. This can't be my person. You know, they're the choices that you've got. And it's important to live in alignment with your spiritual beliefs, values, and virtues. Okay, it is good to tap into what it is that your spirit team are guiding you to do, to have that belief, to have that awareness, and then tapping into your intuition, knowing that your intuition is their way of guiding you towards what is right for you and what isn't. And it's really good to be in charge of your emotions. Every divine feminine has control over their emotions. So not allowing whatever triggers that this situation may be causing you, not allowing them to put you in a situation where you've got no control over your emotions, or you act out in, like, where you may act out in a way that's out of characteristic, or may not be not the way you want to show up in this connection. You've got the Lovers sideways, so this could go either way. It wasn't on the turn when it came out. It literally went bam, flat, sideways. So what I'm getting here is you have choices to make. You've got to weigh up, is this relationship a good relationship or a bad relationship? You've got to ask questions like, when we're in the off again phase, is my person being loyal to me? Are we experiencing harmony when we're having this topsy-turvy game that we're playing with one another? And really ask yourself, with this game, are you content with this? Does this bring you security and satisfaction? Because I'm getting that this game causes a lot of uncertainty for you. So the other things to weigh up are, what type of relationship is your ideal relationship? Ask yourself, is this it? Ask yourself, is this real love? Because when you love someone, you would do anything for them. You would defend them, show up for them. You'd never want to leave your person feeling disappointed or left out in the cold. A partnership takes two people. It's all about cooperation. And this game might be fun, it might be sexy, but are you guys really cooperating with each other? You've got the Eight of Coins in reverse. This tells me that when you really look within and ask yourself these questions, it may even make you feel like giving up on this connection. Playing the game that people play in relationships and in the dating scene, you might not be accustomed to this. You may not be experienced when it comes to toying with other people's emotions and having them toy with yours. And when you really think about it, you may not even have the ambition to pursue this when you step into your High Priestess energy. We'll take that one. Tether, telepathy, intuitions, dreams, and heart songs. Like, I'm not saying that this connection isn't intense. You guys have an inner knowing, an inner sense of what the other person is doing. You guys are tapped into one another. So that means that if your intuition is telling you something's off with your person, you should trust that. You may even be having dreams about your person. And if these dreams aren't so positive, then these dreams are your ancestors, your spirit guides, your intuition. Everything is coming through to give you the red flags. If your dreams are pleasant, then, you know, this connection may be on the turn. It may be turning around and going in a way that is going to address and respect what it is that you need from this relationship, what you're wanting. Your heart will play the tune for you to know if what you are getting out of this connection is an equal give or take. You have heartstrings, stringing along, get pregnant, entrapment, playing with feelings. If you are a male, this is a warning card that playing games with this person who you may not envision a future with, they may get pregnant and you will be trapped in this situation. It's not good to be playing with people's emotions and feelings, okay? And again, not just if you're a male, if you're a female and you're playing these games and you're not being cautious and not planning for a baby, you may end up trapped with a person who does not take your relationship seriously. This person, by going on again, off again, and you going on again, off again, you guys are playing with one another's feelings. Single, independent, freedom from attachment, available to date. Sometimes the idea of a connection ending can be one of the most heartbreaking and gut-wrenching things that we can experience. I don't talk about heartbreak lightly, trust me when I say this. But ending a toxic connection and becoming single isn't the worst thing in the world. You recover your independence. You have the freedom from attachment, of not having to meet up to another person's expectations or provide explanations. And you are therefore available to date somebody that spirit may be sending in that is the right person for you, that's not going to be playing with your feelings and toying with your emotions. You've got surprise, unexpected action, spontaneous, showing up, unexpected change. See, if you put your foot down and no longer allow this person to treat you like this, that's the other shift. These are your two outcome or alternative outcomes. You may end up single, or you may end up with a pleasant surprise where this person decides, I don't want to lose you. I want to take the action that's needed to keep this connection. If this is what is going to happen for you, it's going to be spontaneous. They're going to show up for you in this connection in a way they haven't done before. And you can expect unexpected changes. So they are your two outcomes that you can expect from not allowing yourself to be treated in a way that you are, what's the word that I'm looking for? Available, no matter what. You don't want to be that person because you are a high priestess. You do not have time for people's silly games. You have high expectations and you show up in the connection in accordance with those high expectations. Terms, working out, begging, negotiating. When you put your foot down, you may end up having your person begging you for this to work out, but you don't want to be that person that's begging, okay? Because you are a high priestess. You know what you want. You know what you need. And you're not going to show up in this connection begging someone to treat you the way you want them to. Ghost, leaving behind, disappearing, cold, no contact. That could also be an outcome with ending up single. This person may not be able to handle a person that is stepping into their high priestess energy. They may not be ready for that. And they may ghost you. If they're not going to treat you right, that's a good thing. You know, Spirit allows things into our life that are for us, and what's not for us will sometimes leave without us even having to make a big deal of it. I'm getting communication, like this connection, there really needs to be some communication. I thought I dropped a card then, maybe not. If not, I'll find it later when I put my deck away, trust. That's our card. You have moving, boxed up, environment change, empty shell. Being caught up in this connection with this on again, off again is making you, it's limiting you. It's limiting your choices. This person may very well be wasting your time. You need to change things up. You need to mix this up again for your own well-being, because being treated this way is making you feel like an empty shell inside, and you don't want that. You want to feel fulfilled. You want to feel enlivened. And if you can't feel that way in this connection, it might be time to show up for yourself and start working on yourself so you can feel fulfilled in your life and you can feel enlivened without relying on other people to bring those emotions and balance into your life. Observing, being watched, social media stalking, keeping an eye on you, obsessed with you. This could well be something that you have to deal with when you step into this high priestess energy and start standing up for yourself and putting your expectations out clearly. This person might ghost you, but they're going to be watching. So that's a good indication. If you don't want that, you should block your social media from this person. Like, block them if you don't want them to be stalking you and keeping an eye on you. And if you do want them to be doing that, have you really let go of them? Not popcorn. You two might have gone on a date to the movies together. Or this could be an indication that watching these shenanigans go on between you two, it's like grab the popcorn, take a seat, sit back and watch the show. You know, look at it from outside your own perspective and have a think about what this looks like from an outsider's perspective. Not that I'm saying that some people on the outside are looking in at you, but with these games, you know, do you want to be that person that's there for this person's entertainment? Is that do you want to be treated like that? Do you want to show up in the connection like that? That's what you've got to ask yourself. You're like, I know for certain myself, I'm not here to be somebody else's source of entertainment. That's not what I'd want out of a relationship. But then, you know, you might feel differently. You've got the planet. I'm getting like, this connection has been out of this world. The passion's there, the fire. You had all that Wands energy. It is intense. I get why you want to hang on to it. But you can trust the process, that if this person isn't right for you, Spirit will send someone towards you that is. You've got the rain cloud. Just remember, with taking charge of this situation, if the outcome's not the favorable one that you would have liked or hoped for, there is a rainbow at the end of every rainy period. You can trust that. You know, it's only going to be sad and depressing for a little while. Soon you'll learn to love yourself. You'll learn to enjoy spending time in your own energy, and you'll be able to work on yourself. So when Spirit sends the right person into your life, you'll be ready for them. And yes, speaking up for yourself and laying your expectations out on the table, it's going to be a prickly situation. This person might not like that. They may not be used to a real person in touch with their high priestess energy, being able to step into that power. They may not be used to it. They may not, with these games that they're playing, they may not have encountered somebody with that level of maturity before. You've got the cherries, you know, think of the cherries on the pie. You've got to make it clear that this person can't have their pie and eat it too. They've got to compromise if they want this connection to work. You've got the screw. You've got your head screwed on, all right? You know right from wrong. You know what's good for you and what's not. So all you've got to do is tap into your inner resources and your intuition to navigate this situation. You've got the love heart. You may feel like you love this person, but what you've really got to focus on is loving yourself, giving yourself the respect and the love and the care that you deserve, and expecting no less from anybody else. You've got the money. Money might be significant in this situation. You might be helping this person out with funds. You may have been doing this in order to keep this person happy and maintain the connection. Or this could be an indication that this person may owe you some money. You know, as my dad used to say, if you lend somebody money, don't lend them anything that you can't afford not getting back. So it may be an indication that if this doesn't work out and they ghost you, that you may have to cut your losses with that. It could also be an indication that money is coming in towards you from an unexpected source in the next week or so. You've got the power board. This connection has drained you. You did have like the recovery card. One of the cards symbolized recovery. This connection has made you feel low at some points and has really zapped you of your energy. It's now time to plug yourself back into your source, plug yourself back into your spiritual beliefs, and realign yourself with your values and intentions in order to replenish that energy and replenish your soul. You've got the water. Remember, water is important for us, and this may be an indication to drink more water. But one of the things that's just as vital to our health as water is being spiritual, meditation, prayer, going within, understanding oneself. These are things that are good for the soul, that nourish the soul and replenish the soul, just like a bottle of water replenishes our bodies. You've got the notebook. It might be time to start jotting down some notes and journaling, you know, the pros and cons of this connection. It may be time to start journaling what it is that you desire in a relationship, and then start working on yourself to embody those traits that you desire, so that when your perfect person comes towards you, that spirit will send in, if this connection is not the right one for you, you will be ready. You will be that person that you want in a relationship and be able to match that energy. Again, like the water, don't forget about God. Don't forget about Jesus. Don't forget about your spirit guides and guardian angels. They're there on your side, batting for you in your corner, wanting you to succeed, and they are working in the background to help bring things into fruition for you. And if something's not right for you, they are not going to entertain that. You'll be fighting Holy Spirit to have something that Spirit doesn't intend for you to tolerate. So that is what I have for you guys. If my message has resonated, please hit the like, share and subscribe button. For a personalized reading with me, the link to my store is down in the description. And I look forward to catching up with you all next time. Bye for now. Hey Soul Tribe, if you are here, it's because you have chosen the Mystic Soul Tarot. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to get a theme card for your reading now. That card there just really wants to come out, doesn't it? It's Baby Boy by Beyonce featuring Sean Paul. The key word is fantasies. Baby boy, you stay on my mind. Fulfill my fantasies. Come on, girl. Tell me how you feel. I think about you all the time. I see you in my dreams. I see you in my dreams. You're done. No, the love is real. Baby boy, not a day goes by without my fantasies. Come on, girl. Tell me what's the deal. I think about you all the time. I see you in my dreams. So somebody has got it bad for you, or you have got it bad for somebody else. This person is dreaming about you, or you're dreaming about them. You might be dreaming about each other. You guys are wish fulfillments for one another, or this person is looking at you like you are a wish fulfillment. We had a card flip around there. Where was it? You got the Hermit in reverse. You've got the Star in reverse. And you've got the Moon. And you've got the Six of Wands. The Hermit in reverse is interesting. I'm kind of getting that Spirit is calling you to come out of this period of introspection because you've been taking time to go within and not make any moves or decisions when it comes to this connection. Well, this might be your person. Take it how it resonates. If the roles need flipping, do it. But I'm getting that Spirit is calling on you to come out of this period of introspection and calling on you to make a decision on this connection, not to leave this person hanging, or this person might be leaving you hanging. But somebody needs to make that move, because it's this person which if it's you or them has got it really, really bad for the other person. You might not realize that they are so into you and they're taking this a lot more seriously than what you are. Yeah, you're not tapped into your intuition. The High Priestess is giving me vibes like you might not have clear motives or intentions at this time. You might not have even put the thought into it yet. You might not have thought that this person was so serious about you and you hadn't taken the time to go within and think what it is that you actually want out of this connection. I'm getting that you haven't been completely open with this person due to confusions about understanding yourself. You may not be completely clear and honest with this person or anyone in your life for that matter, because you've got healing inside that needs to occur and you haven't acknowledged these wounds, therefore they haven't been addressed. You might be in denial about them, but you definitely have a blocked intuition. You're not following your inner guidance system. You're just sort of going with the flow, whatever happens, rather than tapping into that inner compass in order to navigate this situation. The Star in reverse. Your person is feeling uninspired. This connection is causing them sadness. They are in despair over worrying about if you want them as much as they want you. They're losing faith in you in this connection because things haven't been changing. They've been stagnant. It's been monotonous, kind of the same thing over and over again. They might be getting the same message from you. The King of Wands tells me, though, that this person is wanting to move forward with you. They're wanting to take fast-moving action. They're very successful. They're used to getting what they want. They're a leader. It may be in their job role, or they're the sort of person people go to for advice. And they do have a lot of self-confidence, but this connection may take a toll on that confidence of theirs because they are really putting themselves out there hoping that you will choose them in this connection. The Moon tells me that there is a lot of secrets between you both in this connection. That doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are hiding from one another. It is an indication, though, that you guys are not being honest with yourselves and addressing and going within to heal. And therefore, you guys aren't communicating, or you guys aren't understanding yourselves very well. So therefore, you're not communicating what it is that you don't understand about yourself. But there is this beautiful mystery in this connection, which is something that you always want to keep alive, that little bit of mystery, to keep things sensual and keep the other person intrigued. You just don't want to play on that mystery too much and have it where the person is doing their head in because they can't figure you out. You don't always want someone to completely figure you out, though. I'm getting that Spirit is calling on you to follow your intuition and go with what feels right for you. If you don't want this connection to continue, or you can't see yourself with this person in the future, then it's good to go with that and be honest with them about that, so that you're not stringing them along. Your subconscious has keys for you to understand this connection too. So your dreams may be giving you signs, like that may be your spirit guides giving you signs through your dreams. But the Nine of Pentacles, I'm getting that there is a lot of potential here for this connection to work. You guys are comfortable in each other's company. You guys can offer a lot of security and stability in this connection to one another. This person is wanting to show up and offer you that stability. Just remember, though, they're King of Wands energy. They are not very mature when it comes to these connections, and this is something with you that they've never experienced with anybody before. So they are navigating this and in a way where it's new territory for them, because I'm getting that they used to be a bit of a player before they met you. Then they never found the one, so that they were kind of playing the field a bit. But I'm getting that there is an abundance when it comes to this connection. That may be an abundance of love, an abundance of security. There is so much potential here for this to work. The Six of Wands tells me that if you set your mind to whatever it is you want to achieve, you will be victorious. You will be successful. You have the potential to accomplish whatever it is that you set your mind to. So Spirit is encouraging you to remember that while you figure out what it is that you want from this connection. That's my cat Rabies to everybody. I hope you like. She's just taken over the tarot read. Five of Cups. I'm getting, if you are not honest, like this person has so much love for you. They want to give so much of themselves for you. And if you are not honest with going within and identifying what it is within yourself that needs healing, by figuring out what you need to go in and figure out what you want from this connection, and then be honest and communicate that. Otherwise, this card is telling me if you don't do this and act on this, you will lose this connection. And it will cause you some sadness and disappointment if it's what you really want. You don't want to leave it too late and not say what it is that you need to say and then lose your person because you didn't act in time. You've got moving, boxed up, environmental change, empty shell. You need to figure out what it is that you want so that you don't feel boxed up or trapped in a connection that you may not necessarily want. Terms, working out, begging, and negotiating. I'm not getting so much begging with this, but what I'm getting is there needs to be some negotiation between you both. There needs to be some communication so that you guys can work this out. You might need to understand what their expectations are and what their wants and needs are before you can figure out what your own are. That's fine. Just communicate. Communication is the key to making successful relationships work and to help you successfully navigate relationships. Mask. Pretending. Putting up a front. Two-faced. Not genuine. That's what you're doing when you are not acknowledging what it is you want out of this connection. You know, you may not even realize it yourself, but by not acknowledging that, you are pretending to show up in this connection with pure intentions when you might not even know what your intentions are. You might be putting up a front because there's things that you don't want to address within because they're painful. They may this person may be triggering wounds from your past, such as heartbreak or abandonment issues. I'm getting that Spirit is telling you to illuminate what it is within that you haven't addressed yet. Reveal the truth to yourself. Confess this to your lover so that you can shed some light on the situation and you can both figure out what it is that you both want. These cards just do not want to stay neat for me. Toxic, unhealthy, poison, delusions, and nasty behaviors. Ignoring what is within us, ignoring our old wounds and not working on them and healing them. This leads to toxic behaviors and patterns within relationships. Silly rabies, you can't eat the cards. Justice, legal matters, court visit. Legal papers, divorce. Have a look at long-term outcomes of unhappy relationships, such as the messy legal matters and the court visits and messy divorces, messy breakups. When you are embarking on a journey to share your life with someone, you have to make sure that they're right for you and that their intentions and goals for the future are in alignment with yours. So these are things you need to consider when deciding whether to embark on this connection or not. Ravenous, uncontrollable desires, appetite for sex, insatiable, hunger for pleasure. You may need to really look within and figure out why you want this connection. It may just be because you want to fulfill sexual desires and you may not have thought anything more into it than that. Or you may think that that's what this person is feeling for you because they've got it so bad for you. I'm getting it's very passionate, this connection. You've got observing, being watched, social media stalking, keeping an eye on you, obsessed with you. So when this person is not with you, they are keeping an eye on your social media. They are wanting to know what you're up to. They're wanting to know, are you thinking about them? I'm not getting that it's coming from a negative or bad place, but I am getting that they are very interested in what you're doing. They're trying to figure you out. All right, charm time. You've got the pool ball, the 8 ball. This could be an indication that you and your person need to spend some time together doing something where you can both talk but have something to focus on at hand, such as a game of pool, or other things you can do is chores around the house where you're standing side by side and communicating. It's actually scientifically proven that men communicate better when working alongside someone than what they do having to face and look the person in the eye, because it makes them nervous. So to make your person feel more comfortable and at ease to have these conversations, it might be good to do something like play a game of pool together to ease the tension. It's important for you to draw close to God and remember that prayer and meditation and staying in alignment with your spiritual values are all very important. If you're struggling in life at the moment, you are being called, and with these decisions and with this relationship, you're being called to just ask a random question and flip your Bible open and see what verse pops out at you. That may help you. And it also gives you another way for God to communicate with you to answer your questions and inquiries. You've got the cow. I always say with the cow, you can't expect the cow to keep giving you milk if you don't look after the cow. Just like you can't expect yourself to keep showing up in the world and giving the same level of commitment and enthusiasm if you don't take care of yourself. And that doesn't just mean physical and mental, but it also means to take care of your spiritual needs. You got the fishbowl. If the thought and intentions are not put into this connection, and you don't have the conversations that need to be had, what I'm getting is you're going to feel stuck, you're going to feel trapped. You know, you want to be with someone that you can talk to, that you can open up to. You want to explore the whole damn ocean with them. You don't want to feel trapped in a fishbowl, especially if their values don't align with yours. You've got the thumbs up. You are doing a really good job. You know, you may be masking past trauma, past pain, and handling it the only way you know how. And that may be by suppressing it or ignoring it. Spirit's telling you, though, that you are doing a good job, okay, in overcoming these things. And you've got to celebrate each step it takes, rather than only celebrating the big wins. Give yourself a pat on the back. Tell yourself you're doing a good job. Tell yourself that you're worthy and that you're blessed. You've got the watering can, okay? Now is the time to plant the seeds for this relationship if you want it to work. Now is the time to lay the groundwork, and good things take time, I'm getting. So you plant the seeds now and you will bring your desires into fruition in the future when it comes to what it is that you want out of this connection. You've got the star. This person views you as a wish fulfillment. As far as they're concerned, you tick all their boxes. So I'm getting that the one who's unsure about themselves in this connection is you. But just remember that they place you up on a bit of a pedestal. They really value you and idolize you in a way. You've got the clover leaf. Good fortune is on your side with whatever it is you decide to do. And good fortune is on the side of this connection if that's what you decide you want, if you want to make it work. You've also got the evil eye return to sender. So with these stalky vibes, them keeping an eye on you and whatnot, you may also have like their ex or somebody keeping an eye on you, I'm getting. Just remember, you do you, focus on you, always make sure your intentions are pure, and whatever negative energy people will send towards you is just going to bounce straight back onto them. That's what I've got for you, folks. I do hope this reading has resonated. If it has, hit the like, share and subscribe button and drop a comment in the comment section below. Other than that, if you'd like a personalized reading with me, the link to my store is down in the description. Thank you so much for listening in. Bye for now. I'll see you all next time. Okay, if you are here, it is because you have chosen the Harmony Tarot. So let's get a theme card for you. We have Calm Down by Rema. It says everything will be okay. The song goes on. Baby, calm down, calm down. Girl, this is your body. He put my heart for lockdown. For lockdown, oh, lockdown. Girl, you sweet like Fanta. Oh, Fanta, oh. If I tell you, say I love you. No day form, Yenga, oh. Oh, Yenga, oh. No, tell me, no, 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 no. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then it's like, oh, 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 oh. Baby, come give me your love. You got me like, whoa, 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 whoa. Shorty, come give me your love. So you might be upset with your person for some reason. Or they may be upset with you. But I'm getting that this person, if it's you that's upset, wants you to calm down and give them some love. But why are you mad? That's what I want to know. You don't get mad for no reason. You got the Three of Swords in reverse. Ah, okay. So you are not so much mad. You're letting go for some reason. Why did the cards have to land on the floor? You got the Eight of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. And the Four of Wands. Two reversed cards. So this is representative of you. And you may be letting go of this person or an aspect in this connection. And this person's taken that like you're mad, but I want your love. But you're realizing and understanding that you are needing to heal. And this person just wants your love. They're not thinking of it in the same way as you are. You got the Four of Pentacles. So things have been stagnant for you both, I'm getting. And you might be in a materialistic mindset. Especially if you are struggling with your finances at the moment. You may be hoarding resources for yourself, or this may be indicative that you are hoarding your feelings to yourself. The Eight of Pentacles tells me this person's like on top of the world. They don't really think anything's that bad that they need to fix, but they do have the skills and the craftsmanship to fix this situation. They're not going to give up on it. And they feel like they can handle you, like they know how to treat you when you're, like how to turn things around. They know when you're angry, they know how to get you happy. When you're sad, they know how to cheer you up. They feel like they're in charge when it comes to balancing out your emotions. Oh, but they're going to get a rude awakening. You got the Tower. They're going to actually realize that there's more to you than taming you. That's going to be a rude shock that they're going to have to face up to. But it is going to free them. Free them from this attitude that you can just handle and tame people like that. They're going to have a stark revelation and an awakening when they realize that this is not how to deal with you, honey. And you've got the Knight of Swords. And this situation, there's a lot of impatience. This might be why you're ready to move on. I'm getting that this sort of casual, not taking things seriously attitude has you at this point. You both may have lost sight of the fact why you guys were together, why you got, what your intentions were. Like you guys are not realigned, like are not aligned with your intentions for this relationship at the moment, especially this person. Like they are, but they're not. And neither of you know what's going to happen next in this connection. Oops, you got the Empress in reverse. So in this situation, there has been some domestic issues which this person is in a bit of denial about because they think they can handle you. You both have insecurities that are impacting on the relationship. And this has led things to being stagnant and things aren't moving forward. There's no progression. Advice from Spirit is the reason why this is failing is because you guys are both doubting yourselves. You are both facing self-imposed limitations. That is obstacles that you have put in your own path by thinking that you're not worthy enough. You are not, like you might think that you are not worthy enough of being treated better, for example. That's just one example of self-imposed limitations. Another one might be that you put this person on a pedestal and feel like you perhaps might not be good enough for them. I'm getting more so that that person has that limitation, that your person is experiencing that. There's been conflict between you both. This relationship is unstable and there's been cancellations. You guys are not as reliable or showing up for each other as much as you were, say, in the past. Or Spirit might be calling on you to make cancellations if you're not feeling up to being handled by this person at the moment, but you need to communicate why that is. There needs to be some communication in this connection. You need to speak out for yourself so that you're not just someone that's being handled. You don't want anyone to view you like that. You're not a horse or a motorbike or something that can be controlled. You guys have choices that need to be made. If you guys are willing to both work on this, you guys need to set, what's the word I'm looking for? Like joined visions, aligned goals. You need to align your goals with one another. Spirit is telling you that now is as good a time as any to take action. And preferably sooner rather than later is what I'm getting. You got witchcraft. Someone is hexing. There's a spell negativity. You don't have to get your candles out and start chanting your witchy chants to put a spell on someone, all right? Spells are words with intentions. Somebody might be speaking ill of you. This person might be bragging about how they can handle you with other people. It might be an ex. One of you might have an ex that's speaking bad things on you for this relationship. So it is important that you protect your energy, you know, by staying grounded, by staying spiritual, by trusting in the process of the universe that you are safe and you are protected. Secrets, love affair, keeping things inside, not opening up, illusions. There may be a love affair in this connection, but I'm not really getting that. I'm getting more that you are both keeping things bottled up inside. Being handled may have you wanting to feel closed off to opening up, because this person has created an illusion for themselves. They think everything's fine and you're like, I'm moving on. Terms. Working out, begging, negotiating. You guys need to come up with some terms and work this out. Some negotiating needs to be done. Nobody needs to be begging though. Toxic, unhealthy, poison, delusions, nasty behaviors. I'm getting that if you guys don't work on this situation and communicate and decide what it is you want and be honest about that, this is going to end up toxic. We'll leave those ones because we already had 2 of those cards come out in the last reading. We want to give it a good shuffle. Ego, arrogant, having too much pride, being stubborn, holding back. You may be holding back because of your ego in a communicating that you are letting go and why it really is that you're in this mindset. Thinking that you are in charge of the way somebody reacts and operates is quite an arrogant way to look at things. You both may have too much pride when it comes to being honest and communicating about this connection. And I'm getting there's a lot of stubbornness on both sides. We've got surprise. By communicating, you may receive an unexpected surprise. This person may decide to start taking action. This will be spontaneous, the way they show up and do this. And you might get some unexpected changes happening by communicating and being honest about what this is. Acknowledging and accepting the relationship for what it is, this love situation, and then putting it out there, what it is that your expectations are, what is it that your intentions are, in order to move forward from what it is that you're currently experiencing. Because you might not be moving forward from this person. You might be trying to move forward from this situation that you guys are caught up in. Past, there is history, it happened, left behind, looking back. See, that's something that a lot of people struggle with when they go through problems in a relationship and decide to stay together. They find it hard to leave the past in the past where it belongs, because if you choose to forgive someone for something, you can't keep living in the past and bringing that up and holding it against them, because that's not how healthy relationships work. You know, if you can't forgive someone, if you're still bringing it up and stuff, perhaps you need to do some healing, look within. And if you can't forgive them, well, what are you doing with them? You can't keep punishing them for the same sins over and over again when you've said that you've forgiven them or you want to keep working on the relationship. Sometimes we just get too hurt and we can't continue and make the choice to move on. It doesn't make you any less of a person for looking within and understanding yourself enough to be able to make that decision. You got family, starting a family, making a home, feeling safe and security. I'm getting this is sort of what you're focused on with the making a home and feeling safe and secure. This person may want a family with you. That's what I'm getting. They may think that you're always going to be around. They may think that they're always going to be able to depend on you to be able to make this happen, despite how they are handling you. They may be taking you for granted is what I'm trying to get at. Alrighties, let's do our charms. The Bible came out again. It came out in the last reading too. Remaining spiritually grounded is important. Spirit may be calling on you to start examining the pages of the Bible. If you're not a reader, it may be good just to put your questions out there to Holy Spirit and then flip your Bible open to a random page and see which scripture it is that pops out at you. And then that will be in relation to your question. That's a great way to make ourselves open and available to receiving communication from God and Holy Spirit and your spirit guides and ancestors. This thing just does not want to close now. You got bread. You may be the breadwinner in this situation. Or that may be your main focus, on winning the bread, providing for one another. You've got the power board. This connection has you guys feeling drained. One or both of you are feeling drained. And what I'm getting with this is it's time to tap into your spiritual needs, tap into your physical needs, tap into your emotional needs, but it's mainly your spiritual and emotional needs that help you feel replenished and revitalized. So it's really time to examine those. You've got the Lovers. You guys have great potential for making this relationship work. You've just got some choices you need to make. You need to go within, examine yourselves, acknowledge what's going on internally, and then you'll be able to show up as the best version of yourself and make the decisions that you need to make in relation to this connection. I'm getting that there's a lot of harmony and cooperation here in this connection. There's a lot of potential there to make it work and to want to make it work. You got the Clam. It's important when we go within and find things that we're not entirely comfortable with about ourselves, not to remain closed off to working on it and not to remain closed off to being honest and communicating about it with your significant other, because we all mirror each other's energies, especially in relationships. And when this person is triggering you, they are triggering old scars that they may not have initially caused for you. And it's good to be open and honest about these things so that your person doesn't cop the brunt of all the pain that you've carried for years over having the same scar triggered by different people or whatever it is that you're experiencing, so to speak, in relation to those scars. You've got the Crow. Crows or ravens are very mystical birds and are said to be able to cross over between the land of the living and the land of the dead. Spirit is calling on you at this time to be open to receiving messages from your ancestors and from the spiritual realm, because they are sending you signs in, such as angel numbers, repeating numbers, such as animals being sent towards you, like a bird sitting on the veranda and squawking at you for no reason when you go out the front of your house one morning, a butterfly landing on you. These can all be things that are indicating that our spirit team and our spirit guides and our ancestors are communicating with us. You have a baby's bottle. If you're not planning on having a baby at this time, it might be good to be smart and use protection, because you have baby vibes around you. You got the Q. Regardless of whether you're male or female, you are a queen in your own energy, and spirit does not want you to forget it, baby. If you're a male, you are royalty in your own energy. That's what this is getting at, okay? So have that self-love, self-respect, and put that self-care into yourself in order so that the other person can show up in the connection and treat you the same way that you treat yourself. And expect no less from that than that. You got the rainbow. At the end of every rainy period, you can expect a rainbow. Hard times don't last forever. Difficult situations don't last forever. And you guys might decide to work through this and experience this rainbow together. But there will be a rainbow on the other side of this difficult time in this love situation. Thank you for listening in to this point. I appreciate that you've all done so. If you've liked my content, please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment down in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If you'd like a personalised reading with me, the link to my store is down in the description. I'm so sorry, I've been suffering with asthma and hay fever the whole time I've done this reading, so I've probably sounded croaky and coughing and dying. Sorry. I'm still trying to show up and be regular on my social media. But I hope you all have a great day, and I look forward to tuning in with you guys next time. Bye for now.